What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Just back in another video. This is your one-stop shop for anime and manga. Let's get into it. I want to start by saying thank you to everyone who's subscribing. If you're new here and you like my content, you like what I'm doing, consider subscribing, leaving a like, hit the bell so no post another video. Also, follow me on Twitter. Links will be in the description. What's up, y'all? So I periodically do these types of videos because I just want to let y'all know what I'm currently reading. And I like to keep track of myself and my collection because, as you know, I started collecting about a year ago. And I really enjoy manga reading. So I try as hard as I can to try and get through everything that I have physically. As of right now, I'm probably like at maybe 90 something percent as far as what I've read in my actual collection. So I like to do these recent reads just to let y'all know some of the interesting series that I'm currently reading. And also just so y'all can let me know what some interesting series that y'all reading, because I love finding out what other people are currently reading. Because for me, a lot of the times I find that manga and like the weather and the mood and just, you know, the overall environment, that really depends on what I'm currently reading and just really plays into a big part of what I choose to read at what time. Because sometimes I might want to start a series, but like, you know, the environment or maybe like the mood or the weather, it don't hit right, but something may feel a little more cozy. You know, winter, we going into fall right now, so I might want to read something a little more cozy. So that's what these types of videos are for. So hope you guys enjoy. The first thing that I currently finished was the complete Yu-Gi-Oh series. So I read everything of Yu-Gi-Oh and it's amazing. I really, really love it. So for those of you who don't know, I grew up on the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. I still play the card game to this day. And Yu-Gi-Oh is by far, the original Yu-Gi-Oh series anyway, is by far one of my favorites. That and 5Ds, those are my two favorites of the animes. And it's incredible. I really, really enjoy the manga. The manga is so much better than the anime. The biggest problem I have with the anime is that even when I was little, I realized that there was some story elements that really didn't connect. It was just them telling you, oh, they met this person and that's just because, or just events didn't line up properly, in my opinion. It wasn't until I read through the manga that I realized that feeling that I had that those events weren't connecting was because I did not know anything about Season 0. So Season 0 is the first attempt at a Yu-Gi-Oh anime, and it basically takes over, I think, is the first 7 volumes of the original Yu-Gi-Oh manga, and that story is a lot darker. It's hard to say. I don't even say it's for kids, if I'm being honest, but I like it a lot better because of that darker tone, that more mature tone. But it's definitely not, you know, what was gonna sell the Yu-Gi-Oh cards at all. So for those of you who don't know, Season 0 was that first attempt, and Yami-Yugi was really like almost a villain in that series, where he would sometimes have to send people to the actual Shadow Realm, if you know what I'm talking about. So in that, they didn't really play the card games. Yugi would just do different games. That's why he's called the King of Games. He would shoot dice. He would just a whole bunch of different games that even have nothing to do with games. You know, obviously rock, paper, scissors, things like that. But then like the quiet game and things of that nature, and all those different types of games, that's what really created the original like 7 volumes of Yu-Gi-Oh! But they did play Duel Monsters, and I think the way the story goes in the real world anyway is Duel Monsters was such a blow up in like the actual manga that the creator Takahashi decided to actually make the next set of Yu-Gi-Oh, that next arc, into just only Duel Monsters, and that's what we got. That's season 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist Kingdom, all the way to the Pharaoh fight at the end. And I mentioned Season 0 because those first like 7 volumes of the manga, they really sow the seeds to a lot of the different plot points that actually don't become present until the very end of the series. And it was just a nice cohesive series. I really enjoyed it. It made me love Yu-Gi-Oh even more. I really do love the card game, and I think anyone, if you're just a huge fan of the original Yu-Gi-Oh anime, definitely give the manga a try because you're gonna really enjoy it. It's so much better. The next series that I currently read is Dead Company, and it's by the mangaka Yoshiki Tonogai. I think I said that right. I may have butchered it. I do apologize if I did butcher it. But this one is actually becoming my favorite manga horror creator because it's incredible. I tried a few Junji Ito stories. I didn't really enjoy his stories. Like, his artwork is beautiful by all means. His stories are not bad. They're just not for me personally. But things like Dead Company, things like Judge, things like Dao Secret, I'm really enjoying it. So in Dead Company, the main character, he survived one of these death games where it's almost like Saw, where he had to survive a battle, essentially like a battle royal, kill everyone, and finally make it out. So 3 years after he did all that, he goes to work with a gaming company, trying to live a normal life. Now, the gaming company, they create battle royal games, and they want him because of his expertise in an actual battle royal. So he's just there, coding the game. He's just making the levels a little bit more difficult, a little bit more fair, just overall improving the game the entire time, not realizing that that battle royal that he's creating is not a video game. It's actually another set of battle royal that's actually people are being kidnapped and they're being placed in that battle royal environment. And it's amazing because I really do like this aspect of this series, because I read Doubt. I still have not read Judge and Secret. I need to read those. But this aspect that it's more psychological, because now he's really has to come to grips with he's, also implicit in these battle royal games. Obviously, it looks like he's going to do his best to tear it all down. He's the main character, so he's the good guy. He's going to make sure everything, stops. Yeah, I've only read volume 1. I haven't read anything online. I can't wait to finish reading these series. It's so good. The first volume left me wanting more. I can't wait till the second one. I think second one drops around November, December, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm definitely going to pick that up. And Dead Company is a nice twist on that horror series that I'm really, really enjoying. So because I read Dead Company, I decided, I wanted to take another shot and read Doubt again. So Doubt only has 2 volumes. And Doubt, this is the only one that's actually in print. Secret and Judge, for whatever reason, are out of print, which makes no sense to me because this one is the oldest. Anyway, so this manga creator, he made Doubt, he made Secret, Judge, and now Dead Company. And he is becoming my favorite horror manga artist, because it's so good. And Doubt is really just like Among Us. If you ever played Among Us, the crazy popular video game that went crazy a couple years ago. So a group of friends, they play Rabid Doubt together. That's, the Among Us type of game. And they finally meet up for the first time. And when they finally do meet up for the first time to just chill, they all get kidnapped and thrown into almost like a school type of environment. Whole bunch of locked doors, a whole bunch of rooms. And in this, they find out that one of their friends wants to play Rabid Doubt for real. They have to find out who the killer is before they start slowly picking them off one by one. And it's really, really interesting. The mystery aspect of Doubt, I have to say, it really caught me off guard. I didn't expect to find out who the killer was at the end. That really threw me off. So because of that, that's really enjoyable to me, because it wasn't just the standard, I kind of know who's going to be the killer, because with this type of medium, a lot of the times those tropes, they can really get played out. You can see what's going to come. But Doubt actually kept me on my toes. I was actually there wondering, trying to figure out who is the killer. And it's really, really interesting. As of right now, Doubt only has 2 volumes, which is the full series. And right now, those are the only series that's in print. So maybe later on this year, maybe probably early next year, I'm going to read the other series, which are Secret and Doubt. Because if I'm not mistaken, I believe the main character in Dead Company is the survivor of Secret and of Judge, excuse me. I don't know if that's even true. It looks like this might be the case, because I do know that in this series of horror manga, the mangaka, I think they have them all in the same universe. I think it's the same people that's trying to do these games. I think that's why everyone has the bunny helmet, and that's what I think anyway. I don't know if these are all just separate or if these are all related. When I finally do read Secret and Judge, I think it's going to be very clear if these different series are in the same universe or if they're just different, causes, different places, and that's the bunny aspect is just something the manga creator likes to do. So I highly, highly recommend. This is a nice horror manga for anyone. I really think you'll enjoy it. So definitely pick up Doubt, pick up Dead Company. If you guys can even find Secret and Judge for a low price, because they're crazy, crazy expensive right now, I've pretty much reserved my fact to the point that I don't think I'm ever going to pick up Secret and Judge unless they are reprinted. So I'm just going to have to read them online and hopefully enjoy it that way. So that's my recent reads from my physical collection. Now, I don't normally do the digital mangas that I'm currently reading because it's always the same things. Because I do have the Shonen Jump app, I'm reading the same things digitally every week. You know, One Piece, Black Clover, well, not Black Clover no more, but One Piece, My Hero, things like that. I'm reading every single week. But there are a fewer newer series that I really do want to talk about because I really think they need to be put on because I haven't heard no one really talk about these series as much. And they are a little bit newer. I think within the past maybe 2-3 months they've been released, and they really, really are good. And the first one I want to talk about is Martial Master Asumi. In this series, the main character Nito, he trains with his grandfather in his grandfather's martial art. His grandfather is a world-renowned martial artist. He created his own martial arts style, and Nito trains with him, basically getting his butt beat every single day. Now, Nito does not want to fight. He does not want to do anything in regards to fighting. He actually just, I think, wants to be a nurse. That's what he wants to do with his life. And it turns out that when one of his friends joins an MMA gym, wants to start getting into MMA, Nito, being his friend, he goes along with him. But through circumstances and through events, Nito's brother pulls up and he realizes that because of this, he wants to fight in MMA. So his brother is a world-renowned MMA fighter. And basically what happened was the grandfather tried to teach Nito and tried to teach his brother the martial arts. The older brother was good at striking. Nito became an amazing grappler. Nito and his older brother fight, and it's just hell. Nito obviously ends up losing because his brother is a professional fighter, but it not only gives him the love for mixed martial arts, he also has a goal because he wants to beat his brother. I don't want to say what's the reason, but because I don't want to spoil anything about the series too much, but just know that their relationship is similar to Itachi Sasuke. If you know what I'm talking about, it's similar to that, where the older brother, he did something to, real bad to the family, and Nito wants to not really get revenge, but like get his point across. And his brother obviously is so strong, he's not having it. But his brother does let him know that if you're going to be a professional fighter, I'll fight you again, and only then when you beat me, I'll do what you want me to do. So Nito goes from not even wanting to fight at all to actually realizing he's one of the most amazing grapplers because his grandfather taught him very, very well. And now he's just involved in learning mixed martial arts and learning striking, learning different techniques. And he really has high battle IQ, and it's just his love for mixed martial arts. Now, sports, anime, sports, manga, they're not always typically the best, but I do really enjoy this one because you really get to see the ins and outs of martial arts, because in this you get to see, obviously, when they do the slow motion panels, I guess you could say, you see the different calculations that they're making, the different thought processes and things that they're thinking about while they're fighting, where they have to pretend to feint or pretend to strike, and then they have to set up different moves for later on in the fight because they know they're not going to finish in the first round. Little things like that, Nito goes on. It's really, really enjoyable. I don't want to spoil too much because I really think going into it blind, just if you're a fan of mixed martial arts in general, or if you're a fan of sports anime, sports manga in general, I think you're going to enjoy it. But right now, this is like one of my favorite ongoing series that's in the Shonen Jump line right now because it's so, so good. So the next one I'm currently reading is Shoujo no. I'm really enjoying Shoujo no. The artwork is beautiful. So Shoujo no is about a boy, I think his name is Raiha, and a robot named Maria. So Maria is a gaijin. Gaijin is just basically their term for robots. And there is basically like iRobot, if you've seen that movie, or if you've played Detroit Become Human, where robots are essentially they're present in the world and people just use them more or less as, things to do manual labor. So people just don't respect the robots at all. They just disregard them all the time. A military version of one of these robots gets lost, and that's Maria. She is obviously the top of the line robots, and it finds out that she has her own consciousness. So because she has her own consciousness, she realizes people do not treat these guys with respect. They just use them, they break them, they destroy them. They need to be stopped. So Maria's on a quest to basically get rid of everyone because they're hurting these guys. Now, she's okay with people in general. She just wants to live her life. It's more when she sees you harming gaijins in any way, that's when her other programming kicks in and she just goes basically Terminator mode. And it's really, really good. I don't know if it's for everyone. it's definitely more sci-fi, and if you do like the more gore aspect of Shonen Jump, because this one is reaching the top echelon of like gore, because you can actually see some of the different limbs and stuff like that getting cut off, flown off, and things like that. So in that respect, it's a little more like older age Shonen Jump, but I really do enjoy it. The story itself is so good. Now Raya, he's just wants to help her because he just loves all people. He wants robots and he wants people to just coexist and live together peacefully. So he's obviously helping her. He's not excited about the fact that she just, deletes people whenever she wants to, but he understands because she's not doing it out of malicious intent. She's doing it so she can help her people eventually become free. I think people are really gonna like Shoujo No because of Maria. She's not the typical robot Terminator. She's just a normal girl, basically. She's trying to do normal things, but obviously she's so strong and she has these crazy weapons and different armaments and things like that she can't really just even do dishes properly. So she's there, she's trying to just live life, be normal. It gives me almost like Tokyo Ghoul vibes a little bit, where he's just trying to live his life right now. So she's just trying to act normal, but at the same time, she does want to make sure she gets all of her guidance free. So she's definitely on a quest to do that. I definitely think going into Shoujo No, probably blind. If you're not hooked by that first chapter, you're not going to enjoy it. I'll be honest with you there. So those are my manga recent reads. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments what are some of the things that you're currently reading. I just want to let you know some of the series that I found very enjoyable, because I really do enjoy these series that I'm currently reading. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, you like my content, you like what I'm doing, consider subscribing, leaving a like, hit the bell so I post another video. Follow me on Twitter. Links will be in the description. This is your boy Just. I'm off this.